Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to a scene for the living world of darkness, rage across New York. I believe, if I've been told correctly, we're setting this scene at the lake, aren't we, guys? What's going
Yeah.
on at the lake there?
So it's been a nice day, clouds and sunshine and all that. And, Aiden and Tate had a bit of a talk after all. And, well, the two of them are lying down, looking up at the sky. Tate is fast asleep. Aiden is just lying there, arms behind his back, arms behind his head, just lying there. After all, good pack relations. He was told that by his alpha. And plus, Platine is, well, he still values her as she is former pack, and he is trying to help in some ways. And, well, he just lies there for the longest time, whistling to himself, enjoying the sun. That's what Aiden's doing, enjoying the sun.
So how's Talate positioned as compared to Aiden? Is she like just also laying out, or like laid up on his side, or what's the deal here? These things are important.
I don't know. She kind of passed out.
Yeah, I think she fell asleep on him, on his chest, I think, didn't she?
I
Can't remember.
think so. For fuck's sake, why not?
Do it.
Let's go full ham with this, whatever. What the fuck,
And Tellurian side?
We
Oh, yeah.
just stated it, so yeah.
No, probably.
I just assumed we were Tellurian side.
Well, all right. Well, then, the most reasonable reason for a 10 point to be over at the lake is that she has made a promise to a small mob of kinfolk to be productive in her craftsmanship and give them things so that they can sell them and use the money. So she will be coming down to the lake, probably with some sort of secondhand paler basket or the like that she's managed to scrounge up from somewhere, or woven herself, who knows. But she needs something to collect clay in, so she'll be moving around to one of those places that actually Talate has probably shown her in the past is a good place to collect good, clean clay without a bunch of rocks in it that need picking out, without a bunch of silt and dirt in it. And so yeah, that telltale jingle jangle will be in effect as she approaches the lake, probably not too far along from them. And she'll kind of pause and glance around, because you do that. Just kind of keep an eye on what all's going on. Besides, it's nice out. Good look around, appreciating the scenery, appreciating the two people laying out on the rock over there. That looks suspiciously like her pack mate. Go figure. And that looks suspiciously like a metis draped on his pack mate. Well, that seems fine. And she will probably be kind of just looking around, enjoying the scenery up until she catches sight of that. At which point, like, it's comically evident, even from a bit of a distance, that she snaps her head straight forward again and kind of ducks it, kind of tucks into what she's doing, and decides that maybe she should just beeline for the shore. Maybe she should just beeline for this nice deposit over here and go very industriously about clawing great hunks of clay out of it. That seems fine.
She'll hear whistling, and Aiden's familiar voice as he's humming something in Gaelic, which is here's to health and good company. 10 points, heard him sing this before when he's in a good mood. Yeah, he'll just lie there, kind of look around and hear lumps over and look around, and will spy 10 point with a smile on his face.
Oh, she is pretending really hard that she didn't look over and see that and then decide to ignore it, because that would be rude.
How are you doing, 10 point?
And her lips firm into a line. Doing just fine, Raya.
Why'd you come over and enjoy yourself, or enjoying the sun?
And there's a clench of jaw, and she'll finish prying out a good large hunk of clay and kind of smash it into more of a rounded shape and drop it in the basket before glancing up. Would it please you, Raya?
It would please me greatly, 10 point. And then there's this big devil smile on his face. It would please me greatly. After all, we're improving pack relations here, 10 point. It's Banshee's orders. Smile.
And she'll rinse her hands off in the water. Because, natural clay. Ain't no thing. So she'll rinse her hands off and then be wiping them off on her legs to dry them as she snags up the basket upon rousing, and not in her enthusiastic fashion, but more of an obedient fashion, snags up the basket and goes ahead and walks over. And as she's setting it down, and dropping to her knees there alongside Aiden, will comment just, so innocently. Is that so, Raya? I thought we were meant to share when we were making gestures to other packs now.
Probably Talassi will wake up just as Aiden says it. Is that the sound of jealousy I hear? 10 point.
And she is, of course, studying the clay and her basket, and not her Raya.
But yeah, sure, lots of eyes blink open, and first slowly, then she notices that someone else is there, and she is jumping up and taking like at least a couple of steps backwards. For comic relief, let's just say that the lake is behind her, and she'll tumble backwards into the lake.
Yeah, 10 point might have glanced up at the motion, but was so studiously, not looking because nothing inappropriate going on here. But at that kind of flail, that moment where you realize you've lost your balance right before gravity takes over, she kind of glances up, and there's that oh shit face, and she starts makes those first motions to get up and lunge to try to help her, and no, she's in the water now. At which point 10 point's going to just go ahead and move to the edge of the rock, and depending on how high it is above the water line, will essentially extend an arm down to offer to help hoist her back up.
Yeah, she'll take the extended hand and kind of clamber on the shore and just stays there, like pretty much drowned cat look.
And once that's established and kind of fixed, and she's been hoisted back up onto whatever big stone they were laying on or whatever, 10 point will go to again wipe her hands off on her clothes, saying, "Of course not, Raya."
Oh, I would never dream of a 10 point. Smile at her, it's just widening and widening.
Yeah, there's no subterfuge here, so I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Aiden knows. He fucking knows. If only because there's the closed social behavior. It's pretty clear.
And he'll get up slowly, dust himself down, and walk over to the two. You're right, Talate?
Yes. Aiden, Jeff.
Took a bit of a tumble, did you?
Fine.
Just nod. Look over at to that 10 point with a smile.
Oh, 10 point is dutifully over at her basket again.
He just smile. He just seems to be smiling at everybody, and he'll just look at both of them. Well, it's just a sunny day, so it's nice for a change.
The awkward silence is real. No comment is offered in return. Oh, look, I'm just going to take a hunk of this clay and mash around some, make sure there's nothing in it that shouldn't be, and, oh, look, I'm just so focused on what I should be doing. Don't mind me.
He will walk over and just sit down beside 10 Point and like smile over at Tlatine, you know, with a big grin on his face. Goofy grin.
I should go.
If you want to stay, you can. I mean, 10 Point's doing her clay thing and I'm just here, so if you want to stay, you can, Tlate. Yeah. We don't mind having another foster in the nation in our company, do we, 10 Point? You know, look up at 10 Point smiling.
Of course not, Raya. You were once Pack. There's no shame in taking solace in friends.
See? You give a big smile. If you want to sit with us, it's no problem. He would say that quite genuinely, like there actually is no problem, you know.
I do have my duties to tend to.
And 10 Point will probably go ahead and rattle off a list just to get Tlate up to speed, because she has been doing her best to take some of the weight off. She's no longer working on trying to cover everything with, I think Alana was actually helping, but yeah, she'll just give her a list of like, you know, this, and this have been tended, just so Tlate doesn't try to do the same work twice.
She probably has done her own work like 3 times in a row without realizing that she did. She'll listen and she nods. Thank you, 10 Points. I do apologize for you needing to step in and me forsaking my duty.
There's no need to apologize, Raya. Not for mourning family. We only have so much in common, but this thing we can agree on. I know that I would appreciate if one had done the same for me, if there were the same circumstances.
Metis, don't. No, sorry. I appreciate it, 10 Point. I will remember that.
And she just gives a pleasant little nod. She's maybe a little uptight, but then again, Aiden's sitting right next to her, and he just looks so gosh darn happy. How can you not be a little tense?
I will leave you to your business and I will attend mine. Thank you, both of you, for your patience.
Of course.
Of course, Raya.
And yeah, she will semi-hastily make a retreat.
Her slightly sodden retreat.
Aiden will light a cigarette, and, you know, watch her go with a smile on his face and look up at 10 Point. Oh, that went well.
And she mulls over how to answer that while again, very studiously putting her focus on the clay in her hands.
Do you know
It certainly
something?
did, Raya.
Do you know something, 10 Point? And he'll smile. It just seems to widen and widen and widen.
I know many things, Raya. Which in particular are you referring to?
Jealousy?
Yep. Again, she's trying to keep it reined in, but he'll catch her jaw kind of clenching on that.
That's when the Aiden leaps up and wanders right beside her. Jealousy's of the worm, you do realize that?
Of course, Raya.
He'll smile. Well, after all, maybe you should wonder why I'm spending time with Latahine. Maybe you need to ask yourself that.
And she kind of opens her mouth to talk and then closes it, thinks about it for a second, and then opens it again. I thought I had pleased you, Raya.
You did. Oh, you did. And he raises an eyebrow. I see now. Well. He'll think and mule his head over and smile at her again. You're jealous that I cannot choose who I accompany? And after all, you have been in my head encouraging me to give good relations, and now, when I do that, the jealousy strikes. That is good.
I am not so petty as that, Raya.
He'll smile.
You're welcome to Peony, but only one success is going to be like, oh, she's lying.
He just smirks. Lights a cigarette. Well, 10 point. You see, the thing about jealousy is you often, you can't throw around jealousy without something vital. Proof. So 10 point. He'll stand there. Prove to me you're not jealous.
She kind of glances up in confusion, knit brow. And how do you suggest I do that, Raya?
Bear yourself to our link, Moira.
And she flushes a bit just because she hasn't used that name.
He'll smile. Like I said, I watch everything. So, prove to me. I don't care how long you do it, but proof will be needed. Otherwise, well, this is where the real games begin. You smile and kind of tap her on the head, dunk, dunk, and we'll swagger away like the evil pixie he is.
And she, in frustration, will take whatever she was working on, the little hunk of clay, and just kind of mash it a bit more forcefully than necessary and back into the mass in the basket. It wasn't coming out anyways. And, he said she has all the time in the world, so she decides she's going to take some time to try to work through this and does not, in fact, bear herself to the pack link. Not yet. Which admittedly is an action on its own. But as he's turning and walking off, we'll go ahead and pick up her basket. And if he's headed even remotely in the direction of their cabins, we'll follow along.
And he'll smile. The silence is a big answer, 10 point. You just hear over your shoulder as he finally says it before he's walking in your direction, basically.
I lost part of that.
The silence is a big answer. He'll look back and smirk and keep walking.
And yet again, she finds herself in a position where she can't provide a good answer that won't put her even deeper in. So the silence persists.
And yeah, Aiden just swaggers away with a big smirk on his face.
And 10 Point will be hastening back to the cabin where she, in theory, can't get in trouble. Shall we call it there? Or do you have more shenanigans intended?
No, I'm good. I think I've done.
And once she's gotten there, especially if Aiden has headed off to do his own thing, we'll take a moment. And out of frustration because she doesn't have a good answer and knows that she shouldn't be jealous, we'll proceed to take it out on the clay for a while. With our little human fists just thumping the clay. It needs to be worked anyways. It's fine. It's all fine. Thump, thump, thump. And with that awkward three-way parting of ways, we'll say thank you, players, for playing, and watchers for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.